Gemini, welcome to a past, present, future reading for the week of August 4th through the 10th, or whenever you happen upon it. Welcome to Empowered World Tarot. This is a new channel. My name is Holly Christine. Let's get into it. Spirit, angels, guides, ancestors of love and light, we thank you for your help today with Gemini's reading for whatever they need to know for the highest good. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and feel free to reverse or exchange out the energies as necessary. We'll be taking a look at the baseline, clarifying everything, and getting some advice cards at the end, as well as an oracle card. All right, let's see what's going on, Gemini. There it is. Nope, Spirit said nope, not that one. There it is. Thank you. Showing up with the Four of Wands in the recent past. Followed by the Three of Swords. Ouch. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. In the current energies, the Ace of Swords. At the heart of your reading, the Seven of Cups. And the Ace of Cups. In the immediate future, the Six of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the King of Wands. The overall energy of your reading today, Gemini, the Hanged Man. And what brings us here to this specific reading today, the Lovers. The connection on your heart that will be there forever, like a tattoo or a scar. We shall see. Whether you're together or not, they will always be a part of your heart. All right, let's talk about this baseline a little bit, and then we'll get down to it, because the clarifiers are really where it's at. In the overall energy, the Hanged Man, you are gaining perspective here. You're looking at things on pause for now, pulled back, taking a step back from whatever the situation is, and you're just going over everything, looking at all the different angles you could see it at, so you could gain new perspective, fresh perspective. In the recent past, the Four of Wands, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords. This looks like a very committed relationship that has brought on some heartbreak. Some serious emotional pain and crying, possible betrayal. I do not know yet, but there's definitely emotional pain. And some kind of boundaries or requirements were laid down in the recent past having to do with this. In the current energies, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Well, I see opportunities for truth, for clarity, so that you can take action based on that. I see an opportunity for new love and joy. And I see going over options and choices, looking at what they are. That's probably what we're gaining perspective about, all of these options and choices in order to achieve the actions and the joys that you would like to experience. In the immediate future, the Six of Cups, Page of Cups, King of Wands. So there's a soul connection from the past here showing up in the future, and there's a lot of hope surrounding this soul connection. And then we see some very confident, very masterful action taken. Very passionate, very confident. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Let's get the clarifiers and dig in. We're going to start out with the Hanged Man and the overall energy. Spirit, what does Gemini need to know about the Hanged Man, please? Show us gained perspective or gaining perspective. Let's do that again. These cards are sticky. There we go. That's better. Okay. There it is. And we have the King of Wands again, our first repeating energy. It's the last card we get to clarify, and it's the first clarifier coming out. And the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Cups. Nice. Second repeating energy, Page of Cups. So, you're trying to figure out how to invest in something. You have a lot of hope. You're trying to keep your attitude positive, but let me tell you something. This King of Wands is here and confident and ready to take bold, confident action. They don't play around. They don't second guess their moves. So it looks like you're trying to gain perspective about what you can feel very confident in doing and investing your time, energy, resources, and your heart into. Okay. It's a real learning experience here for you. And at the bottom, we always look at the bottom to see what brings us to this part of the lineup, and that is the Seven of Pentacles. So again, just like the Hanged Man, things are on pause right now. You're going over everything. You're assessing the situation. There has been some stability lost in your situation, and you are assessing the damages, really. How much stability is here? What do we need to rebuild it? That kind of thing. Or should we rebuild it? I don't know. But right now you're just assessing the situation and gaining that perspective so that you can take confident action in the future. Very good. Let's take a look at the Four of Wands, this committed relationship in the recent past. Could be a marriage, doesn't have to be. Okay, and we have Temperance flying out in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Five of Swords. It looks like there's some battling going on, some fighting going on. At the bottom, we have the Four of Swords. Again, a timeout so we can gain clarity about a situation is what brings us here. Or we're trying to gain clarity about this particular situation. There's been a fight. Some egos got in the way. All harmony went out the window. And it's in need of some nurturing. No doubt. Somebody may have behaved a little bit selfishly or through their ego here. I'm not sure who, but those are the energies surrounding this commitment at this recent past experience. Let's take a look at the Three of Swords, the heartbreak and the sadness, the emotional pain following. Show us the Three of Swords. There it is. And we have the Page of Swords. So many pages. Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Page of Swords. Five of Pentacles. The Psychonaut. Okay. It looks like we're taking another look at a situation here. We're trying to take a closer look at it. Hence, it makes sense. The Hangman, the Four of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and now this Page of Swords. It's all about watching and learning, looking and learning. You're just sort of watching this situation. The thing is, let's look at the bottom, Death. Yeah, there's been an ending. Things are transforming here. And there's been an abandonment. Somebody has abandoned somebody feels left out in the cold. Somebody feels forgotten about. Somebody feels forsaken here. And we're taking another look at the actions that created these feelings of heartbreak. And the Psychonaut is unique to this deck. It is similar to the Fool card. with regard to new beginnings and new starts, but it's been abandoned. And we're looking at why maybe this has been abandoned, or trying to get a fresh perspective on why this was abandoned, why things are transforming. How did this happen? Why did it happen? What can I do about it, if anything? That kind of thing. But the difference in this particular full card, and I left them both in, any extra cards I always leave in my decks to gain a little more perspective on a situation if they both show up. This one has to do with uh, our thoughts, our psyche, our mindset. Over here in the overall energy, one of your clarifiers, the Page of Cups, and it's down here in the bottom row as well, speaks to not only great hope for something, but it's about mindset. It's about positive mindset, positive thinking. Uh, so this is on your mind in the recent past, and there's been some sort of transformation in somebody's thinking, maybe abandoning even thinking about a new start. Anyway, you're looking at it, trying to figure it out, looking at the heartbreak, looking at the abandonment. Why did they leave, or something like that? I don't know. We'll find out more as time goes on. Let's look at this Queen of Swords in the recent past. She lays down the law. She says, these are the requirements. This is what's necessary. These are the rules. These are the boundaries. This is how it has to be done. Show us the Queen of Swords. What does she say? She said, Seven of Cups. These are your options. These are your choices, which is right at the heart of your reading as well. So more repeating energy. Justice. Correct action. Bringing in the balance. And the Lovers, which is, again, as a reminder, more repeating energy. It's what brought us to this reading, this connection on our heart. So somebody is laying down the rules of here's your options, here's your choices for correcting action when it has to do with this connection on your heart. At the bottom, the Hierophant. This is a very significant relationship. We're here because this is what we are in alignment with, or what we must get into alignment with. Choosing the correct action, making sure we make the right choice here. You're showing me that's super important. It's what's required. It's absolutely necessary. You must pick the right option to correct this. That's what it looks like. Okay. Let's take a look in the current energies, the Ace of Swords, the opportunity for truth and clarity right here. Show us the truth. Show us the clarity, because you want to be able to take action based on that. You only want the truth. Show us the Ace of Swords, please. There it is, the High Priestess. The Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the Fool. There it is. Just like the Psychonaut. Card number 0, right up there. We're here because we are discovering the truth about a new beginning. The High Priestess says you already know. What do you know? You already know the truth. And we have the card of being single here, but holding on tight. So yeah, there's the independence, but not letting go. Holding on to our independence. I don't know if that's you or your person. I think it kind of feels like it's leaning towards, if this is about a new beginning, somebody wants to hold on to their independence. And you already kind of know it. It's the truth. It's the moment of clarity when it comes to having a new beginning. Somebody does not want to let go of their independence here. All right, let's take a look at the Seven of Cups. The choices, the options that we saw in the recent past that the Queen said are the requirements for this connection. In fact, this Justice card back here, taking correct action, it could even represent marriage. Somebody might be requiring like marriage, and somebody over here might be saying, well, I want to keep my independence. It might be that kind of situation. We'll find out more because we're getting ready to look at what the choices and options are right here. Show us the Seven of Cups. It's either going to be multiple choices that we get to see, or we're going to see the choice that is made or is about to be made or is likely to be made. Let's see what comes up. Show us the Seven of Cups, please. Right at the heart of Gemini's reading. What do they need to know? And there we have the Hanged Man. That's the overall energy of this reading. Gaining perspective on your choices. The Queen of Wands having to do with an attraction. And judgment, a major decision. Somebody you're very attracted to. And at the bottom, the Eight of Cups. Oof. We're here because somebody walked away. Somebody disconnected. Somebody feels disconnected. Somebody's being called someplace else. What they thought was right for them is not feeling right for them. So they're leaving. And that's what's happening. That's what you're gaining perspective about. What kind of decision you can make about your person that you see walking away. Looking for a choice, looking for a decision. What is the best way to go about it? While somebody wants to hold on to their independence. Okay. You've been arguing and fighting about this with your person. And now we're feeling disharmony. And now somebody has walked away. You're either thinking about making the choice to walk away, or somebody already did. And now we're trying to figure out what to do about it. You walking away or them walking away. Not sure. Let's take a look at this Ace of Cups, this new opportunity for love and joy. Show us the Ace of Cups. Okay. And we have an Eight of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Oh my goodness. And at the bottom, the Star. We're here because this is somebody's big wish, big dream. To have this happy family, to have a stable home life. But it's nestled right in between somebody who is just stuck in a thought process and a painful ending. That's what surrounds this stability on the homestead. Stuck in a just confusion of the mind. They feel trapped. They feel stuck. They can't see how to get out of this situation. As for having a new opportunity for love, no. Ten of Swords. This looks like it's over. It's so stuck that it looks like it's ended. That it's not a possibility. And you're just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out what you can do about it, how you can change it, I think. But it doesn't look very promising so far. All right. Let's take a look at this Six of Cups showing up in the immediate future. And like I said, this is a soul connection. You guys have history together. Show us the Six of Cups. All right, so we have the Three of Wands waiting, and then a Tower is next. And then what else? Nine of Cups. At the bottom, the world. So it looks like we're waiting on this soul connection um, to either destroy everything or to, I don't really know. So it looks like somebody, for their own satisfaction, for their own personal, this might even be you. I don't know who's leaving and who's chasing who and who's running away, but one of you is definitely running away. The other one is, I don't know, it looks like waiting to cause some kind of shakeup here to one's own personal satisfaction. Closing out a cycle, waiting for the everything to just blow up in somebody's face, waiting for the destruction of personal satisfaction. It's kind of like saying, I feel like I'm waiting for all hope to be crushed. Even though you show up with hope next and masterful action, you show up with hope here. But it's almost like you can see it coming. You can see the disaster coming. You can see the destruction coming. And it's destroying your personal desires and wishes for happiness and satisfaction having to do with this situation. Something like that. Either you're waiting for them to make the final destructive move, or you're waiting to go ahead and just nix it yourself. Not quite sure who's doing what exactly. I feel like you're waiting for a final announcement from them. Not sure though, because I mean, you show so much hope and interest into taking some kind of masterful action here. Let's look at the card of hope, positive mindset, the Page of Cups. Let's see the Page of Cups, please. The Sun, the happiest card in the tarot. The Two of Swords, you can't see it. And the Two of Wands, trying to pick a path forward. You're hopeful, but it doesn't look likely, is what this is saying. Let's look at the bottom. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. When you assess the situation, and we saw this card again, I believe it was over here. Either way, or up there. Anyway, it doesn't look good. Stability is lost. You're hoping for the best, but expecting, I think, the worst over here, because the Three of Wands says you're expecting it. You're expecting a tower. That's the worst. You're expecting it, but you're still hoping for the best here. Two of Swords. You can't see it. You can't see it. You're undecided. You're not sure what pathway will take us to where we want to go, to our happiest. You know that stability's been lost. You know things would need to be worked on, but you just can't see it, but you're hopeful. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the King of Wands, please. The masterful action taker over here. Confident action. Passionate action. Okay. Oh, we have the Devil. The Empress. And, ooh, the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom, the Ace of Pentacles. So what brings us here, the Ace of Pentacles is all about an opportunity to build stability from the ground up. You recognize, hey, it's all been lost, but maybe we can build it. And you're pretty confident you can, but the other person has to be on board. But what we have here is the Devil, the Empress, the Queen of Cups. This is an unhealthy behavior pattern. This is toxic, and it talks about your person and you. The Empress would be your ideal person. The Queen of Cups is your heart being open to them, but it's preceded by really unhealthy behavior patterns. Toxic, not good. They're the things that would hold you back. And it just looks like this combination of you and this particular person is not a healthy combination, and always trying to, it looks like you're the one always trying to do something here, and they're just like abandoning the situation. They don't want a new start. They don't want a new beginning. They don't even want to have that kind of mindset. It's just heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for you to feel this, and yet you keep trying, and that might be the unhealthy part, because they're giving clear messages throughout this reading that they're not really on board here. Let me look back at this Queen of Swords. Yeah, no. They're not on board. They're not on board. I see you on board very much. All right, let's see if we can get some advice, please. Spirit, what advice do you have for the Gemini going through this heartbreaking, heart-wrenching? They don't want to let go of their person who just wants to remain single, is what they're saying. They want to hold on to their independence. They don't want to be married. They don't want to be committed. You look like you would like to be committed, but you guys are not in harmony on this subject at all. And you're expecting them to just continue to knock this idea down. There is no stability here. There is nothing. And you're like, no, we can do it. We can do it. I know we can be happy together. Even if you can't see quite how, you know it's possible if this other person was just on board, but they're not. And it's unhealthy to try and stay in this. You know, it's like you're doing everything right. Even right up to this last move with the King of Wands, who doesn't have to second guess his actions. He's very confident about what he does, and you're trying to gain perspective about how to take some confident action, but it's not you. It's them. It's not you, it's them. I might just title that to this particular reading. Final advice, and then we'll pull an oracle card after. What advice do you have for Gemini, please? Did something flip? No. All right, let's keep going. Be patient. Spirit's putting the cards in just the right order for you. There it is. The Star. The Magician. The Knight of Pentacles. And at the bottom, the Four of Cups. Yeah, this is Spirit closing off this part of the reading, letting you know that your big wish here to manifest is halted. Or it needs to halt. The Knight of Pentacles, slow your roll to the point where you just stop, is what Spirit is saying. When it comes to this thing that you want with this person, you're so focused on them, on this particular connection. They're saying it's halted, and what brings us here is this Four of Cups. Just a lot of disappointment and a lot of upset. Drowning in our emotions, being so down in the dumps about it that we almost can't see straight because we're drowning in this emotion. So focused on, but my wish, but my dream, and I can manifest it. Yeah, you can. You have everything you need on your end. They're not here. They're not on board. And it doesn't matter how great you do everything. You can't force something that is just not here. And I don't see it here. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's the truth. So I'm happy to tell you the truth. But I know you would rather have a different answer. It's not in the cards. Let's take a look at an oracle, please, for Gemini going through these energies. This is from Wisdom of the Oracle. All right. Serendipity. Card number 18. And here is the message that Spirit wants you to have, Gemini. The essential meanings: opportunity allied with readiness. The awareness of synchronicity, luck, and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols of magical alignment of events. The Oracle's message: you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. And I'm going to read the relationship message as well. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Okay, so that leads me to say this. When the doors are constantly closing around a situation that you want very much, and this looks like doors closing, it's a no all the way through. All the way through. We're not getting any vibes that your person is on board with wanting to make this work. It's just all you doing all the wonderful work that you can to try. But if the doors are closing, that's a good thing, because Spirit wants to bring the right person into your life. And I don't think this person is it. Now, if you bring all this hope for your greatest desire and manifestation to a halt, if you go ahead and get on board with what Spirit is saying, halt this right now. Stop pursuing it, in other words. That may be the final door that needs to close in this chapter, so that you do have room for someone else to come in. And you have to believe, you have to have faith that that is in the cards. Not this relationship, but something better that matches you is in the cards. But you have to make room for it. Stop chasing the things that aren't working. Anyway, I hope this helps. I can tell it's not the thing that you wanted to hear, but it's the truth that somebody out there needs to hear. And if it resonates with you, please leave a comment, share your story, hit that like button, subscribe, and I would love to have your energy here at the channel. And if it doesn't resonate so much, but you're stuck here through the end because you like the way that we're going to do things here with every single reading that we do, the baseline, the in-depth clarifiers, advice, and an oracle, we're going to stick to that. So with that, I really hope it helps to see things from a bird's eye perspective and know that you're being witnessed. Your spirit team is talking to my spirit team, and everybody knows all that you're going through and the heartache that you're feeling and how hard you're trying to get this marriage or committed relationship going. But again, this person, it's not healthy to keep doing this. They're not here. Okay? All right. So with that, I wish you all the best, and I look forward to reading for you next time. Take care, Gemini.